Hello, gents. Coach Tim here, coming to you with your weekly VIP update. Hope you're doing well and hope you've had a good week. It's been a couple weeks since I've chatted with you, but hopefully you have some wins stacked up in the last couple weeks and you can talk about those tomorrow. We celebrate wins tomorrow, as you know, and so we'd love to hear from you. You can post it on the Facebook page, or if you don't post, then let somebody know. Let somebody know something that you've accomplished in the last couple of weeks, whatever that is. And if you're new to the VIP group, well, welcome. Congrats on finishing your round. And talked to some of you lately, and saw you work through those new rounds, and you've done a great job. And really, you're just getting started with continuing a lifestyle that's healthy and really can help you maximize the things that you like to do and maximize your longevity as well. I wanted to take a few minutes this week and just talk about macros, just your basic topic of your macros. I've talked to a lot of guys who seem to be under the impression that if they're going to skimp on something, it should be carbs. And so let's start with that. There's a lot of new clients that come into the program and have the impression that carbs are bad. And I know you guys have heard this before. You've been in the program, but I just wanted to remind, because it seems to be a persistent perspective out there, that it is not too bad to skimp on your carbs and be under by quite a bit, as long as you get your protein in. So let's start with that. Let me just simply say that carbs convert to calories, as all the macros do. And if you're under, whether it's carbs, protein, or fat, you're under your total calorie goal. And we've talked about this before, but if you're consistently under eating, then no matter which category it's in, you are doing your body a disservice, because you're giving it the signal that it's not getting the nutrition that it needs for the activity level that you're doing. And when your body gets that signal, it is going to hold on to fat and it's going to shed muscle tissue. Undereating is not the answer to either longevity or to performance. And if you are trying to get rid of some fat, that's certainly not the signal you want to send, is to hold on to fat and get rid of muscle tissue. And the reason your body sheds muscle tissue when it's undernourished is because your most expensive tissue, as far as your body's concerned, is your muscle. It burns the most calories. So if it's in survival mode, it's going to shed muscle and hold on to fat, because fat stores more calories. So don't go low on your carbs. Hit your carb targets. The other thing that carbs do is they fuel your muscles. So if you're under on your carbs, you may feel like you're working hard in your workouts, but you are not getting the performance out of your muscles that you would if you were fueling them properly. So don't go low on your carbs. I've talked about fat with a lot of guys, and it seems like a lot of guys struggle with their fat. Usually it's the opposite problem. They're over on their fat and they're under somewhere else. You guys need to take a look at your macros. You're consistently over on your fat. You need to talk to your coach. Find out whether your fat content is set correctly. Now, some of you have worked all the way through into the VI program and are still fairly new and have never talked to your coach about your macros. And with the newer program, if you did not have your coach help you set your macros, you need to make sure that you walked through the questionnaire and did not go with the preset macros, because I can guarantee you that if you were just using the macros that your app pulled up without filling out the questionnaire, that is pretty extensive on your activity level, your age, your height, your weight, a number of workouts, all that stuff, then your macros are wrong. And I just talked to a guy this week, and he was really struggling, going over on his fat every day. Well, because he hadn't done that. And so his fat macro goal was like 50, and it was supposed to be in the 70s. So needless to say, you need to make sure that you walk through the questionnaire that sets your macros. Then it'll be preset in your app. In order to do that, go to the home page, click on the macros for that day. Then you'll see right there, you'll see a little option to edit your goals. Do that. Click on the little calculator icon. It will walk you through setting your macros by asking you questions that you can answer at the end of that. You'll be done and they'll be set. But you need your fats. Some of you guys maybe need to think about what you're eating as far as why you're over on your fats. You can eat meat with fat, and you don't have to stick with turkey breast or chicken breast, but you can eat pork loin. You can eat a mix of meats with fat. You just need to watch your other meals if you're going to eat a little bit higher fat meat. And we do have 2 low carb days a week where you can eat fattier meats. That's a day when you want to do that ribeye or have ribs or pulled pork or something like that. But generally what I try and do is if I'm going to have something like hamburger for dinner, then I'll have a leaner meat for lunch, or vice versa. Other fats are healthy too, avocados, nuts. But I talked to a guy the other day and his go-to snack was mixed nuts. Well, they're fine, but there's a lot of fat in there. So you can only have a few every day, or you're going to be way over on your fat. So you need to think about the kind of fats that you're taking in, but make sure that you hit your fat targets, because a lot of hormone levels are determined by the healthy fats that you're eating. Last thing we'll talk on is protein. Now, you've heard this before. You've got to get your protein in. It is not okay to be under on your protein. We say it's the most important nutrient, but they're all important. And so if you're under on consistently on the ones, it's no good, because your body is undernourished. But you do need to hit your protein if you want to build new muscle tissue. And so you want to be within 0.75 and 1.25 grams per pound of ideal body weight. That should be your approximate target. So think about what your ideal body weight is or should be, and then see if you're in that range, because that's where you should be. It's okay to use protein powder if you need to supplement your meat intake, but don't overdo it on the protein shakes. You want to maybe have 1 shake a day and have the rest be meat. Now, it's the most challenging as far as being filling. And so I tell guys, if you need to eat breakfast, do it. But get your protein in. So start your day with some eggs or lean ham and eggs, and get a good healthy protein breakfast. If you're having trouble eating that much protein throughout the day, body will get used to it. You'll assimilate it. But there's a quick reminder on your macros. Hit those levels. Stay within 5 grams of each, and you'll be on the road to a healthy physique and a healthy lifestyle. This is Tim. Talk to you later.